All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah.
This is it, the fight we've all been waiting for. Let's get started. Fight!
Boy, you looking like a milk dud. Nigga thought he was Michael Jordan. Boy, you looking like Blank Man. Boy, you looking like Lil Bill.
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
Hey, y'all, Gravity, any day above ground, live it. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Wednesday. You know, when it's Wednesday, you know what you got to do. You got to go out and hump something. Fam, for those who may be new here, I said something last year. Well, the year prior to last year regarding the election. We talked about the tariffs. We talked about how Trump is not going to be this president that you think he's going to be. He's really working for globalists. We said a lot in 2024. 2025, we just sat back because, you know, most of us voted the couch. We just sat back and we understood that there's going to be a socio-political realignment coming when this new administration comes in. Pause. There was also something that a lot of people probably didn't hear me say or probably just brushed it off. I said, watch these motherfuckers turn on each other. Now, the trolls heard me say this. I said, listen, with what happened with Elon and Ashley St. Clair and then all these other people, everybody beef and everybody want to take shots at Candace Owens and people like that. Tatum Tots getting raked over the coals. I said, y'all watch. People ain't going to want to hear about black people no more. And in between that, they're also not going to want to see y'all beefing. The black conservative was going to die out by the time we got to the midterms. And it's been relatively truthful because a lot of your black conservatives have been getting taken off the board. ABL is irrelevant right now. Tatum Tots, he being his whole Zionist thug self, they don't care about him anymore. Something that I saw this morning, we gonna get him tomorrow. Oh sweet ass Amir. He was talking a lot about black folk, but we're going to get him tomorrow. He about to get taken off the board. Yazamala Ekpanobi, non-existent. We got these Twitter black conservatives. Don't nobody care about what they talking about unless they knocking black people. But what you see on the screen, everybody, what you see on the screen is Tommy being Tommy again. Tommy don't like the fact that people are using his words that he never sat and said, you know what, I got all this money from white folk and black folk. Let me go trademark these statements, these terms that I come up with. So when people use it, I can go sue and get some money. He didn't do that. So now that it's in the lexicon and people are using it in videos, he gets upset that people use it and don't want to give him credit. This is the same thing he did with Kevin Samuels. Unfortunately, he ran into the new coon on the block, Andre Williams. And Andre Williams still trying to act tough because, you know, that Arab checked him. So he's trying to act tough. And now they're fighting. And it was beautiful because, as I told y'all yesterday, I was waiting to see if something was going to happen, because I was just planning on doing an upload for this. But something happened. They actually had a conversation. And boy, it was a hell of a conversation. We're going to go look at that. And it was bad, folks. It was like an old coon and a young coon trying to out-coon each other. It was bad. So we're going to go take a look at that. But you know what we do. We got to give you full context. So we have the full context of what happened. And Lord have mercy, the fact that this is what got you pissed, it's whew. But anyway, yo, we're gonna get into all that. So before we do all that, let's see who's in the building. Wallow J, hello. SD Johnson, hello. Cosmo Fury, hello. Till Dog, hello. Miss Nisi, hello. Priscilla, hello. Anthony Ruger Phillips, hello. Reparations Nation, hello. Crown S, hello. Lehman Lucas, hello. Gamers Den, hello. GDS, hello. DSA, hello. Stream Elements, you bastard, hello. And for those who haven't said anything in the live chat or the comments, hello. So what we're going to do is, since we're going to be watching this video, we're going to have to do the customary house cleaning. So let's get into that.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now go to start the teaching.
All right. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This was something that you didn't expect to see. So let's get into it. So this all started on Twitter. Of course it did. And Andre put up a video from his TikTok, one of them videos that makes no sense. But like I said, Tommy saw it and got pissed off because he used certain verbiage in there. So let's go take a look at that.
Let me go here. There's a growing concern.
All right, so here's Andre's latest video. It is entitled, "Black Women Are So Rude, Fat, and Entitled." So Tommy found this, even though he put this video up December 10th. Tommy just found it yesterday. 2 days ago, I'm sorry. Woo! So I hope y'all understand they've been beefing. They were beefing for about 24 hours. Over 24 hours. They beefed into the holiday. All right.
Get to work!
Jesus Christ. Of course, StreamYard is screwing up now. Of course it is. Give me 1 second. Okay. Unblock that. All right, let's try to share the screen again. Now you want to work, asshole. All right, let's try this again.
Get to work!
Listen to this nigga shit.
Know what I hate the most? When I pull up at a motherfucker drive-through, order my food, and I get finished, and motherfucker say, "Okay, thank you," pull around. Bitch, how much easy? Because I might not fucking got it. They kills me with that shit, bitch. Damn, tell me a price or some bitch.
Maybe we should ask what's your weight when you pull up so we can know if we're feeding a pig or a normal fucking person. You see the entitledness of these niggly bears? I don't think any fucking hairhead, as fat as she is, should make any demands or be entitled to anything.
Now, there's the first term, hair hat. Okay. But by the way, that's a new thing that drive-thrus do now. They don't even tell you the price because they have it on the motherfucking screen. But, we got it. We got it.
In society, shut the fuck up and go run some track. Black people are the worst customers you could ever have.
That includes you because you got served at that rally in Detroit. But we'll get to that later. We'll get to that.
Make all the demands in the world and we give nothing in return. And the only thing that people are asking for is a little bit of fucking respect and some patience. Niggas don't come with patience. Niggas come with an attitude and aggression. And that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's what he said. All right. So as I said, Tommy found the video and upset because people use this term. So he said, "Wait a minute, bro. If you're going to steal my phrases, you can at least give me credit. This is wild. Niggly bears and hair hats. WTF." Okay. So somebody said, "Why are you going back and forth with this goofy ass Negro? He got his A whooped by the same racist crackers he's shilling for." Tommy said, "I see that now. I knew he was a lame when I saw him. I hate that the internet has allowed people to straight steal other people's personality." Okay. 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 I guess Andre didn't like that too tough. We're guessing. Because then, let me see if I can, where is it? I think it was in this thread. So there's Tommy's original comment. I'm trying to find the other one that sparked all the stuff. Shit. Damn it. Yeah, because y'all need to see this whole interaction. I don't even know if I kept it. It was under Andre's. There was that one. Fuck. I only kept the video. Damn it. All right. We're going to have to do this the hard way, folks. I apologize. I thought I kept the actual comment that sparked it off. They were lobbing bombs at each other. There's this. He was talking about Tommy Money. Let me see. Maybe it was this one. Oh, okay. It might have been this one. All right. So here's this. He wrote, quote tweeted, Tommy, I love your content. I've been watching you since I was in the 7th grade. You've been using these terms for about 15 years for millions to hear and use every day as well. Well, first off, most people don't use the terms that he uses. So let's get that straight. But okay. This doesn't mean everyone has to stop. And Tommy Sotomayor, when a term you coined is mentioned. Okay, fine. I've given credit when people ask about these phases and terms numerous times. I'm not Anton Daniels trying to steal your whole entire flow and style. Oh, so we taking shots now. Go ahead. I need all this. Be happy that there's a next generation of Black truth tellers who are using your terms and taking them just as far, if not further, than you have. We're guessing Tommy didn't like that comment. Because he accused you of taking his stuff. Now you're saying you're going to take it and go further with it. So eventually he won't be credited with it. I'm sure he didn't like that. WTF. So you mean to tell me I should be happy that people are taking my original phrases and reusing them seriously? Wow. Okay. I didn't know that's how I should look at it. You here arguing with each other. This is great. This is hilarious. All right, let's see if we could find the next one. There was one other one because they were just going at each other. Okay, maybe it was this one. No, that was that one. We got that loaded up though. So it says here, Tommy Sotomayor is a crybaby, and a cryberry, who thinks that he has exclusive rights to specific words and phrases. He admitted that he does this for money when I don't. But you have a blue check on X. You called him broke down Tevin Campbell? Wow. Nobody stole his style. He's just mad that people are better at doing what he's been doing for them for 20 years. So they just keep putting up the same. Ooh, here we go. We have this one too. I think we do, right? No, I don't have that one. So here we go. Imagine a lame and a D rider spending his life trying to be you, then now talking crap about you after using your words and trying to be like you. Shake my head. The internet has allowed lames to steal real people's personality and monetize it. Now, Tommy, you know better than that. So these are screenshots. So Tommy said, yeah, you're right. Instead of sharing my content, I should be happy that someone's repackaging it. Laughing my ass off. WTF. Andre said, nobody's repackaging ish. My content is my content and my message is my message. I don't do this ish because of you. And just because you coined the term doesn't mean you have complete effing ownership on who uses it. You're acting like an N-word right now. Okay. Sir, I ain't called your name. That's boy Dave. Now you called him a name. Don't call me anything either. Get your own ish N-word. Why you biting mine? So now Tommy trying to rap. Unfortunately, we have gone to that stage, family, where it has evolved past real hip hop, and it sounds like now he white girl rapping.
This is an uppercut. It's not fucking rough. I'm top 2 and definitely not the runner. I ain't got the mojo, lots of bubbles and
You are being an N-word with the ER right now. You don't have universal ownership over terms describing poor black behavior. We make the same content and spread the same message. Absolute crabs in a bucket mentality. Black people, for some reason, like to act as if they own certain words. That's why it's called African American Vernacular English, or Black American Vernacular English, however you want to do it. There's certain terms that black people come up with. The fuck? And it's so exclusive to black people that when they use it outside of black culture, people call them out on it. Have you not watched these Netflix shows? Have you not watched TV recently? Have you not watched these non-black content creators? They're literally using black terms. But okay. Here we go. Andre Williams, Tommy Sotomayor, both you N-words need to stop infighting, just as bad as the Groypers right now. Well, the Groypers been, all right, now you're comparing them to Groypers. Okay. I won't address him again, but he wrote, I won't address him again. He won't call me none of that to my face. And this is where I got the thumbnail. So one last thing, and then we're going to get to if you want to call it the debate. Tommy got alerted to the video, and then he went petty, which is fine. We want to see this.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
That's right. He went and found the video of Andre getting rolled in Detroit. So we're going to look at this again because we need a laugh.
get to work.
It's the nigga looked like Sean Baker. I said it. He looked like Sean Baker that played Russell on Living Single. Bruh, how you let these white people give you this word? Look at him roll. We gotta watch it again. We gonna go slow this time. Look. Woo, there he go. Woo. Rolling on the river. Well, in this case, rolling on the concrete. I mean, I will give him credit. He got back on his feet quick. Must have been that military training. And then here come the Hispanic / Native American / look like any of them security guards we had in middle school. Yeah, that's crazy. So Tommy put that video up and said, if you get rolled up by white people like this, then maybe the N-words you need to talk about aren't black. LMAO, Andre Williams. Sir, no matter what names you call me now, just last week I was your idol. How I go from idol to grifter in a week. And you could never live down getting rolled by the same whites you try to impress. These violent whites got you, didn't they? LOL. Look at Tommy. Look at him.
This is how real it is to The Rock. Chills. This is how real it is to The Rock.
This was getting real. Andre comes back and says, I don't ever remember saying you were my idol. I buried my greatest idol a year ago while I was in the army. All I said was I was watching your content at a young age. You have such a massive ego and I completely shit all over it. Okay. You learned more from me than your own daddy. Now, Tommy.
What the hell?
You shouldn't be talking about fathers, sir. I'm just saying. I don't think that's the road you want to go down. Just saying. So Andre said, didn't you used to do porn or something? Maybe your daddy should have told you to have a little bit more respect for your last name. I didn't learn anything from you, Tommy. I just watched your content when I was young. Now you watched it when you were 7. That's pretty bad. I mean, at least when I discovered Tommy, I was in my adulthood. That's pretty bad if you saw him at 7 and you turned out like this. But okay. I come from a family that did far more in their lives than you've ever done in your entire life. And, not than. And. You're an online personality, have several seats. Dude, so are you.
Yo, fuck nuts.
You both are the same. Didn't you just say that you guys have the same message, so you're 2 peas in a pod? Go ahead, do your thing. Here we go. Yes, and you still followed me up until 3 days ago. You still what? Whoa, 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 whoa. I hope you mean followed you on Twitter and not the OnlyFans. I'm hoping, because if we find out Andre Williams was subscribed to Tommy Sotomayor's OnlyFans, and most of us know what was on there.
What the hell?
Why were you consuming that content and you paid for it? That would be disgusting. But okay, we're going to keep reading. You say, he said, yes, and you still followed me up until 3 days ago. You still thought I was great up until 3 days ago. Maybe you should go check out some of my porn. It's top shelf. Yeah.
Pause.
Pause.
He paused. I said pause, nigga. Modular.
You don't tell another man to go look at your porno. Okay. Okay.
Smack. Who is this nigga?
All right. Andre Williams says, thank you for admitting you are a disgusting, grifting degenerate. You followed me as well, Tommy, and unfollowed me yesterday. Thank you for proving that you're part of the problem in the black community. Stupid N-word. So we're up here on X, because they get mad when I call it Twitter. Y'all are up here exposing the fact that you unfollowed each other. This is female behavior. You unfollowed me. Well, I unfollowed you first. We have a response for both of that.
I give a fuck if a bug bit you, you little fuzz sickle.
Who cares? Sir, I didn't know who you were. This is Tommy. Do you understand that too? I'm not calling you names and trying to make you look bad after bigging you up. I have never said one good thing about you. Never watched you. All right. So there was that. And then, of course, they said, Tommy said, I bet you won't say that to my face. Andre said, line it up. Oh, you didn't know that, Cosma? Yes. He was on that boat. He was dropping it low, bringing it up slow. He was shaking his tail feather. Oh, yeah. We're not going to play that, though, because we got too many men's in the building. We don't want to see that. But yes, so Andre said, I'll pull up on you anytime. Tommy now does this thing on Rumble. He has open panels. So he said, okay. They gave each other the link. They probably slid in each other DMs, but that's okay. And they got to rapping. They took it off the timeline and they started rapping. So they were black for a few minutes.
I told you punk ass niggas to get off the motherfucking timeline and rap. That's the problem. You niggas be crying. You niggas be bitching. You niggas need to fucking rap. When you can't nobody else come up here if they not rapping like that. Stay your punk ass at home.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
So here we go. We're going to speed it up a little bit because we want to get up out of here. Now, Tommy did a 4-hour stream. We're not going to look at the whole thing. We got up to the part where he was talking shit about Andre, and then Andre going to come on probably a couple minutes. So let's see how this interaction went.
Get to work! A lot now, sir. You're now making a lot of sense. This nigga need a job. Nothing wrong with that. I understand.
Tommy said he need a job. Get some.
Got nothing else to do. This is what you do.
Sir, you don't have a job either. But okay. I mean, if this is your job, do your thing. You're relying on other people for your livelihood. I mean, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But one does content, one does content. You're not out here in the streets. This is why we don't take your analysis of what's going on in the world serious, because you're not out there experiencing it every day. You're just looking online for content. But let's go.
Here we go. Watch this video and y'all tell me what you think of it. This person said, at least I used to. No, I still do. Watch this video and y'all tell me how I should feel about it.
To this nigga shit.
Know what I hate the most? When I put
Don't sit up here and just keep calling me no fucking names. I'm gonna fuck around and see you somewhere, and I'm going to take that couple hours in jail. Because I'm gonna whoop your ass.
You hear him? Tommy making threats. You hear him? He making threats. Sir, Andre is not a female. Since we have to explain this again. And when I was listening to you, I said the same thing in your comment threads. So what we not going to do is act like I'm just saying this because I don't like you now. I called you out when you tried that shit in Harlem. I told you, why the fuck would you go there with one person, knowing that they invited you and knowing that the conscious community didn't like what you were saying? Why the fuck would you go up there with one dude who you knew wasn't going to have your back? Number two, you tried to do something. You were doing some content about little girls in skimpy outfits. And I said, hey, I don't think you would want your daughter to be ogled like this. And even live, you said that I was right. And I've called you out multiple times over the Kevin Samuels thing. So I don't want this to be construed as I'm just trying to be on some hate train. I've been saying this shit. But you talking about somehow you gonna go outside and fight this nigga and sit in jail. Nigga, you go to jail for not paying child support. Allegedly. You don't go to jail for whooping niggas' asses. You don't do that. Because you had an opportunity to whoop Tariq's ass at Vlad's studio. You didn't do it. Them conscious niggas, if you would at least threw some punches and got your ass whooped, nobody would have said that you went in there and got your ass whooped. Probably would have said you can't fight, but none of that. You've been around the country. You've been confronted by many people. You never threw no punch. But if it was a female talking about you, oh, you was ready to throw a punch. But you talking tough. All right, let's see. I want to see how tough.
Old man, I don't know my way around the internet like that, so I almost got to go find the original fucking post and then go from there. And it's been a few hours earlier. So let me see now. Okay, now I got to start looking for both our names. Then I'll put it on the screen. Whoop your ass. There's no reason because you. And the thing I don't play because I'm an old man. I'm from the old school. You ain't gonna sit up here and just keep calling me no fucking names. I'm gonna fuck around and see you somewhere, and I'm going to take that couple hours in jail because I'm gonna whoop your ass. There's no reason because you would never do it in front of somebody's face. No one would walk up to somebody and say, "Excuse me, sir, you stuff about you, pussy, nigger, fuck you." No one would.
Sir, people have done that to you. You wanted to have a conversation with them. Should I bring up when you went to the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March? Should I do that? And that bariatrics idiot was giving you the business. And he said he wanted to come see you, but you were surrounded by folk. It was a great discussion. I'm not knocking it, but when that motherfucker showed up on you, you didn't want to go see him. All right, but you gonna whoop Andre Williams' ass, who don't travel unless he with the white boy Jake Lang. Okay, all right.
Do that. Just keep on insulting someone, but he just kept doing it, and I kept thinking, why is he doing this?
Look, even somebody said here, we respect your legacy, but you need to express more grace and decorum. Damn, even his crowd is telling him to calm the fuck down.
We're online, and he's been doing it all day. For those who follow me can see. And I told him, I said, hey, I talked to you. Stop calling me names. What do you keep doing? Calling me
If
names.
y'all don't believe me, it's right
This
there.
is whoever follows this man, this your leader.
I noticed in
This
notebook.
is an adult male who figured, well, I like Tommy, and I'm going to copy some of Tommy's shit. Oh, Tommy doesn't like what I'm saying? I'm going to call him a bunch of names. That's some crazy shit. I don't care who you are. To follow somebody who thinks that way up until this point. Then he's telling me he's going to beat me somehow when we get in here. I don't know what the beating.
I mean, Alabama versus Georgia would be kind of fire.
I'll try to find it. Let me bring him in here. I'll try to find it as I'm bringing him in here. But I want him in the background. Hey, can you hear me? I can hear you.
I can hear you loud and clear. What's up, Tommy?
All right, perfect. What's going on?
Why he's smiling already? Lord have mercy, he's smiling. He's in the presence of his idol. He's smiling.
All right. I said something to you after that video. I let the people hear that video.
Yeah.
You don't think that if you were a person who was a personality and it is your thing, you don't think you'd be bothered if you saw somebody doing it?
Well, are we comedians or are we people trying to demand better for black people? If this is a comedy, we're doing like, Richard Pryor and I'm Paul Mooney, then yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, that's a part of what I do.
For money, I don't do this shit for, I do this shit
No,
because
wait. You might not do it for that, so then you shouldn't take from me. Martin
I'm not
Luther King
taking from
didn't
you.
take from Malcolm X and say, I'm serious, but Martin ain't.
Tommy, I'm not
Think about
taking from you. I did hold on, let me explain myself and who I am.
Go ahead.
I've been doing this content for a year, all on my own. I built my own platform by myself from my own.
Okay, Negro. Let me help you. So you put in no work. Since I don't want to be a dick, but I'm gonna have to be a dick today. Pause. Andre, you put in no work, sir. You didn't. I've been doing content for a year, nigga. You rode the wave of what's going on in this country. You ain't been in the trenches. I'll at least defend Tommy on that. He was in the trenches doing shit when the shit wasn't popular. You do outrage content that got hooked on MAGA showing up on TikTok all of a sudden, even though they say China the enemy. And you were sitting there knocking black people and you found a following. That's easy. Literally sitting there and doing content, trying to teach people, that's difficult. Going through times when your video would go viral and then you would barely get 500 views, I respect you on that. You came out of the military pissed off about something, must have been some black person, and you just decided I'm just gonna just consistently knock black people. Then, and I didn't show y'all this, but some of them comments that he was saying to Tommy, the nigga was over here trying to sound pro-black. But you hate niggas. Sir, them same folk you trying to do this content for, think of you as a nigga. If they truly respected what you say, go in there and knock white people. Spend a week knocking white people, knock Hispanics, knock Asians, because you could find plenty of their faults online. And see if them same folk gonna be up in there talking, telling you how great you are, or depending on who you knocked that day or in that video, if they're gonna come back and give you pushback. We know you can't do that. You're afraid. You're in shock jock territory. People don't respect shock jocks. They respect those that are controversial.
Terms and for what I use. You've been doing this for 15 years. I watched you when I was in like the 7th grade. The first smart TV we got in the house was watching your content with my mother. So I don't.
And we found out Andre's. We found out how he grew up. So your mama had you on her couch listening to Tommy. Okay. As I've always said, let them talk long enough.
Steal from you. I don't copy you. I don't try to be like any other man other than my father and grandfather. I really don't care about you other than, what you put out. I like what you do. Yeah, we're in the same sphere of talking about the problems of black people, but you're not someone I'm like, I have to go copy Tommy's content and do what he did. I don't do that. I don't do it. Oh, Kevin Samuels used to do this back in the day. I got to go copy, or Anton. I do my own thing because that's how I was raised and where I come from. I don't give a fuck about anyone else at the end of the day. And there's multiple people that can tell.
Wrong. You give a fuck about Jake Lang.
Tell you that. And mentioning what you said about, do I do this in person? Yeah, I go to protests and I've done it in person for the last.
Ooh, you go to protest. So you got to wait till somebody say, we're going to have a protest here to go book the flight or jump in the car. Ooh. I go to protests. So you're a liberal.
What the hell?
I go to protests. What? That's not a flex.
What's it?
So wait. I want to make sure.
So
you go in person and call people names.
Oh, that's what you did. I was just in Dearborn in November. November 18th was in Dearborn arguing with Arabs.
No.
Sir, no. You tried to argue with Arabs. You got one Muslim woman in the car. When that Arab with the ponytail showed up, though, you was real quiet when he was nose to nose to you, though. You was tough talking until you was tough talking. Then he got in your face. You shut up. And then he started backing off when the white boy pushed him away. Then you started talking shit. Talking about America first. I'm like, nigga, why didn't you say America first in his fucking face? But that Muslim woman in the car, you went right up to her window. You just like Tommy. You tough around females. Nothing wrong with that. Eventually, you're going to run into the right female. She might bust a cap in your ass. Detroit don't play. Remember, they're number 4 on the most violent cities in America. Keep playing.
Yeah, call people names.
Most certainly.
I argue point. Charlie Kirk
argued point as well.
Points.
Charlie
No.
Kirk's a faggot.
You ain't arguing any points with me.
Charlie Kirk never argued points. He tried to manipulate, but of course they're going to do this again. All right, go ahead.
Call me names.
I did.
You can't find a post where you argued a point. You just kept calling names.
I did. I gave you credit. Here's how it started.
No.
No. Because you gave your side. Now I'm here up to give my side as well. Isn't that
okay? While you're doing that, can you see the screen?
I can see the screen. Yes.
Do you see? That's the comment I made that set all this off, right?
Uh-huh. And what I respond with?
I want everybody to find out if you believe that should have started a name call. How you respond?
What did I respond with, Tommy? What did I respond?
I'm going to show it. Yeah. I'm not one-sided.
No, that's not where we started. It went to repost, and I made an entire post specifically for you saying, "Hey, man."
Oh, I was trying to. You said how'd you respond? So I was going to look for it. I didn't know
It's
it.
at the
Now
repost.
you telling me somewhere else. I'll go look.
You have to just go to the repost, go to activity, and you can find it. Because I made an entire
Go to
repost.
your
And this is what
activity?
started this. Yeah,
Go to
no,
your
go
activity?
to the. So if anything, go to that post that you had. Yeah, just go to my page and go down.
Yeah,
Keep
I
going.
was gonna say it should be there, shouldn't it?
Keep going. That's the video I made yesterday. Right there.
It's got to be before.
This is why I responded to you. No, go back.
Okay, here it is.
No. That's the. Go back down.
Is this
right
it?
there.
Okay,
That's
I love your
that's the
content.
response. Yeah.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see it. I'm gonna let y'all see the whole thing on the screen now.
Somebody said, "Why is the stars? The camera's mirrored." So my bad for that. Why is the stars on the flag backwards? Yeah, the camera's mirrored.
Okay, it says, Tommy, I love your content. I've been watching you since 7th grade. You've been using these terms for about 15 years for millions to hear and use every day as well. That doesn't mean everyone has to stop. And Tommy's Soto guys
At Tommy somewhere.
And at me when a term is coined, the term you coined is mentioned. I've given credit when people ask about these phrases and terms numerous times. I'm not Anton Daniels. I'm not trying to steal your entire flow and style. Be happy that there is a next generation of Black truth tellers who are using your terms and taking them just as far, if not farther.
Basically, you just told him to shut the fuck up and be happy that somebody took your stuff.
Than you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even on your birthday. Your birthday is December 11th, right? My birthday is 18th. I even made a post, which I deleted now, saying like, "Happy birthday, Tommy." People.
Nigga, what? Wait, what? So you said happy birthday to the nigga and then deleted it?
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
This sounds like a lover's quarrel. I'm not even gonna hold you. Nigga, are you serious? This is female behavior. Go ahead, you got it.
People in my comments on Instagram. Oh, you're just like Tommy Sotomayor. I give props to you, dude. Because
Hold on. Wait a minute. So they were So they were saying this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. Gotta get that out my face. Hold on. So they were saying straight up to you, you sound like Tommy.
They were saying you and Tommy make similar content. Have you ever heard Tommy Sotomayor? I'm like,
I ever said that to you?
Yeah, everybody said that I don't make people said we make similar content. You're in the same sphere. Because like I said, I've been doing this for a year by myself on my own. Just because I use certain terms, this is the same way of a philosopher in political science saying, well, he uses the same terminology as me to describe certain axioms within this topic, within the subject. And they're copying them. Well, no, this is just the school of thought that we're in, the niche that we're in. And we use these terms to describe certain people. This is like someone within, I don't know if you look into men's health or looks maxing or these communities like the red pill community. There's certain terms that are used by certain people.
Because, sir, that's a community. And it's like, I tell you, they dumb. What is it with these Black conservatives that don't even realize what they're saying? Sir, yes, the red pill community has their terms. They don't use it in the mainstream. Conservatives have certain terms that they do not use in the mainstream. Likewise, Tommy Sotomayor, yes, has created terms. You don't hear that in the mainstream. I told you these new conservatives are trying to get to Hollywood. That's the only reason why they're doing this type of content. They think with this quote unquote Trump cosign, because Hollywood is taking shots at him, somebody that's an undercover conservative out there is going to see them and bring them in. So when this train falls off, they can go get the millions that are over there in California. This is all a grift. Because I know for a fact he would not, I repeat, he would not do this content if he thought he wasn't going to get traction on it. And the simple fact that you said your mama has had you listening to Tommy, that should be a red flag.
You don't have the originator of the term saying, hey, you guys have to give me credit in every video when you use these terms. It's something that we universally use as a collective because we're against 1.1 behavior and we're opposed to this way of life, nigga behavior, nigga culture. So it's not, I'm stealing your content. Like I said, dude, you look at my platforms, I've been banned, probably not just as much as you. You've been doing this for years. I've been banned 6 times on TikTok, 25 million views each on every platform I made, 6 platforms. Been banned on Facebook 3 times, 15 to 20 million views on 3 platforms there. I'm on my second Instagram. And I just now approached the same amount of following I've had on my second Instagram. And now I've gotten 40,000 followers on Twitter within just 3 months. So
Sir, what do these numbers mean? Have they translated into a comfortable lifestyle for you? Have they translated into other opportunities? Sir, again, you're doing outrage content. That shit has not been popular for 3 years. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody wants to hear people bitching anymore. It's another thing I said after the election was over. Nobody's going to want to hear that. They want to hear about the wins. You were better off doing political content. Even the white people, remember, they said black fatigue. They don't even want to hear about black folks. All you're attracting are bots. Please tell me the mainstream white commentator or big non-black account that started reposting your stuff. They don't care. Just like they threw Tommy away years ago, they don't care. Jesse Waters brought him on Fox News twice. He ain't been back since. They don't care. They only like you when you talk shit about black people. And even then, now it has a ceiling because they've seen the power we have. We can knock you down within a month if we really focus on you. We're letting you live right now. I'm telling you this, if the black community ever got focused on you, you'd be out of here in 30 days. You'd go back to enlist in the military. We made Amro-Foodle irrelevant. And it took us about 6 months. Don't play this game with us.
I've been in the same game of talking about nigga shit, calling out nigga behavior, calling out hair hats, hoes, these fucking people that make us look bad.
Why are you using
year.
this nigga's
This is not
terms
stealing
right
your
in front of
content.
him?
Using the terms as someone who watched your content growing up. Isn't that something that you would want? You would want the next generation to come by like, hey, we're carrying the torch. I don't see anyone else. And we're talking about white people or anyone else. I don't see any other group of people doing this. This is typical crabs in the bucket mentality, bro.
Nigga, what? Say that again.
People that make us look bad for a whole year. So it's not stealing your content. Using the terms as someone who watched your content growing up. Isn't that something that you would want? You would want the next generation to come by like, hey, we're carrying the torch. I don't see anyone else. And we're talking about white people or anyone else. I don't see any other group of people doing this. This is
Yes. Nigga, now I love how he told that lie. You didn't see white folks sitting there trying to debate who was the bigger Charlie Kirk supporter when he died. You didn't see that. Oh, I know you didn't pay attention to that because, you know, some black person was doing something stupid. Sir, we don't care. We know we have people in the black community that are not well. We understand that. We hope they turn around, but we understand we got to also move on. We can give them the help if they don't want it. We can't help them. Y'all want to focus on that? That's cool. But just understand there's a shelf life for that. All you're doing is praising white people. That's all you're doing. And again, they're starting to get tired. All you got to do is put a shiny new subject in front of them. They don't give a fuck.
typical crabs in the bucket mentality, bro. Being honest.
Okay, I'd love to respond to that. When you say what you don't see white folks doing, let me tell you what I saw white folks doing as somebody who worked with Rush Limbaugh. White folks tell you where they got it from. They don't try to act like they came up, they developed the wheel themselves. They don't tell that.
I haven't done that not one day. I've been doing it.
I didn't get to cut you off.
Go ahead.
They don't act like they invented the wheel. They know if they grew up from the 7th grade watching Tom Brady, mimicking Tom Brady, getting their idea of I want to be a quarterback because I saw Tom Brady. They wouldn't at any point in time like Michael Jordan and Kobe. there was not a time when Kobe didn't pretend, or Kobe tried to pretend he wasn't being Michael straight up. He didn't sit up there and Mike said something to him about his like watching myself, and he didn't get offended and call Mike all kind of pussy niggas. Matter of fact, it got to the point where Mike was referring to him as his little bro. Typically, white people, though, they give credit where they got it from, just like I gave credit.
Nah, we call many of white people stealing people's stuff. They just figured out you could do it on a watermark.
And Rush wasn't competing with me, or nor was I saying, you know, people saying, hey, you sound like Rush. And I didn't say, yeah, it's because I got it from Rush. But I damn sure didn't say what Rush would say, which was his style. Because what you try to do is take from somebody like the ideas. Wouldn't mind you doing that when you say somebody furthering the message. Well, when I further the message of, let's just say, Martin Luther King, ain't no way I get up and say, I have a dream, and then have a new generation of people saying, bro, that's amazing what you just said. And I don't acknowledge, oh, that ain't me. So let me tell you what I saw. Throughout your comment section, like you saw mine, you also saw people telling you how funny Hair Hat and Niggly Bears was. You seen it, and I'll go show y'all.
Yeah, I
but
go to my
what
Instagram
time
and
did
show
you
you.
say to them people?
I did.
That's my
You
boy
go to my
Tommy.
Instagram. You can go to my Instagram and find the. Of course, you have to look through the comments. A lot of comments, but when people ask this question, they DM me privately. I'm like, yeah, Tommy Sotomayor, Myron Gaines. These are the people that I love their content. We make similar content. These terms come from them. I've never sat back and claimed like, yeah, this is my shit that I came up with. Yeah, Andre did this because, like I said, I do my own fucking thing.
Caught him. Caught him. And he don't even realize he fell in the bear trap. Sir, you can't say things like that on one platform and don't say it on the other one. You have to be consistent everywhere. And this is what I got on ABL for, because he talked one way on Twitter, then get on his YouTube and talk something different. And if you don't pay attention to it or follow both of them, you're not going to pick it up. You can't be on Instagram saying Tommy great, then you go to Twitter and then y'all start beefing. You could have cleared this whole thing up by just taking screenshots of saying, I got this from Tommy Sotomayor. But you got engagement on Twitter arguing with this man. You could have ended all this by doing a TikTok video showing that Tommy, he might have misunderstood what I was doing. I was giving him credit, and I've given him credit before. Let's have a conversation so I can air this out. No, y'all sat there for over almost 2 days arguing because the money was too good. Because you didn't want to be a real man and just say, you know what? Yeah, I took that from him. My bad. I should have given you credit. That's on me.
Get to work!
By the way, I ain't caping for Tommy. I'm just trying to tell you a story.
And I'm looking at this as we are a collective of minds of men that want better. And we're going to use terms to describe
not men.
what we oppose because we don't represent, we're not representatives of this culture. We're representatives of something else. All right. That's what we are. So I really don't even understand the reason why, I called you a black woman and this is black woman behavior, because that's how you responded to it. Because like I said, I made that post and then you go through the comments. Hold on. You made responses saying I'm biting you. I'm a lame ass, all these things. And that's when I started saying this is some black woman behavior because you called me a lame ass.
You called me a name.
No. Because that was underneath the post you just showed. The post you just showed. Go through the comments. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And we'll go from there.
As I said, we both. That's why I always say, let's see it.
Let me pull it up on my own so I can be able to track.
And let's put it on the screen here. Hate that I have to do it this way because then I can't show my face. But this is the only way to do it when I don't show the whole screen. Okay, so here's the comments.
Hold on, let me see.
Let me see if I can make my side bigger so it shows up bigger. There it goes. Okay, so here's my comment. I said, what the fuck? So you mean to tell me I should be happy that people are taking my original phrases and reusing them? Seriously? Wow, okay, I didn't know that's how I should look at it. When people tell someone that's alive, you should be happy someone's using what you're saying. First off, whenever somebody tries to pretend, oh, I'm just doing this so I can help the community, I'm not doing this for anything else, we'd be doing it in the community. We wouldn't have to do it online. Number two, we damn sure wouldn't do it in places where we're monetizing. If it's not monetized, cool. Take your monetization off of it, and then I believe you ain't trying to.
Yeah, I'm not even
monetizing. But if you have
monetizing
monetization on it, you're trying to get a buck from it as well.
I'm not making money from my content. I'm not making.
All right, sir. When you mean you're not making money off your content, you have a blue check. What do you mean? You're gonna tell me you bought a blue check and you're not making money off of it? That's stupid. Now, it may not be significant money, but you're making something. But just like he made his point, if you're not doing it for the money or the engagement, take the blue check off and show them that you can get the same traction without it. But we know what happens as soon as you take that blue check off. Your views will be in the dirt. You will not be in people's feeds. They'll think you got run off of Twitter. And then you're going to put it right back on. But so we'll put out that call for him. We dare you, Andre Williams, to turn your blue check off. We dare you.
Any money from my content. X pays me fucking pennies. All the platforms I'm on, I can't make money off of it because I'm.
So you just proved this point. You're getting paid pennies. You're not getting paid significant dollars to do the content you're doing. And you think your content is doing something positive. All right, sir. You got it.
Demonetized, just like you are. I don't do live streams. I don't do. Only thing I have is a Patreon that makes $182 a month.
Hold on, but you monetize it. If it gets bigger, you get more, right?
I'm monetizing anything.
Yes or no? If it gets bigger, you get more. Everything that has monetization on it that you use, if it gets bigger, you get more. True or false?
The platforms I'm on, no.
Anything you use that is monetized.
I'm not monetizing on anything.
You
X
just
is like the only thing that it gives you like fucking pennies. But guess what? I'm monetizing anything.
Yes or no? If it gets bigger, you get more. Hold on, but you monetize it. If it gets bigger, you get more, right?
I'm monetizing anything.
Yes or no? If it gets bigger, you get more. Everything that has monetization on it that you use, if it gets bigger, you get more. True or false?
The platforms I'm on, no.
Anything you use that is monetized.
I'm not monetizing on anything.
You
X
just
is like the only thing that it gives you like fucking pennies. But guess what? You have to
said
get. Hold on.
The nickel lied right there. Oh my God. You just said that Twitter pays you pennies. So you're not even justifying your subscription cost. You just said Patreon make $182 a month. So what the fuck? So you're making something. You literally proved this point. If you're really about what you're saying, you could turn off the monetization and still get the views and get the money. Excuse me, and get the money. All you have to do is put a Cash App there. If people really respect what you're saying. But you know they don't respect what you're saying. They're just there to listen to somebody knock black people. That's the only reason why they listen to you. You're not enriching their life. You're not teaching them nothing. And you're getting called out for it and you still don't understand. You're trying to make it seem like they're not really paying me. So why are you doing it? If you want to do it better and try to educate, then you need to go down that route. If you're just doing this for outrage content, then say that. But understand, again, there's only a high ceiling for that. Even them stupid ass white commentators over there on the right, they don't always talk about black people. They move it around. But he don't get it.
Hold on. Patreon, I don't advertise my Patreon. That's in my bio. People go to that, they go to that. That's from my content, what I do, my own shit that I put out every day consistently, which I haven't done today because I'm interacting with you. I do this every day for a year. People go to that, they can go to that. I don't advertise it. I don't put it out there. There's tons of people I can bring up right now that can tell you, Andre does two things. He doesn't sell merchandise and he doesn't advertise his Patreon. He makes the content because that's what the fuck he does. And that's what
In order to get a blue check, what do you have to do on to get it? I'm sorry, what?
$10 a month or $22 a month for a blue check. That's how you pay.
He pays $22 a month on X. $22. And you're getting paid pennies. You're paying $22 for X Premium. Let me just show you so y'all don't think I'm lying. So he must have got it right before they changed the pricing. He paying $22. He must have got it before they changed it. I want y'all to understand. You paying for them to give you pennies. I at least could understand if you were jumping in big accounts and making like those stupid comments and then grifting the views off of that. I could understand that, but you're creating original content and you're not getting paid for it. But you're paying Elon more to host your content that he's going to make more money off of than you. You literally hustling backwards. Me and Ricky Ross had the same thought. The only reason I would pay for X is just to have access to stream on Twitter. That's the only reason I would pay for it. I'm not even going to do that. I could care less. All you had to do was knock black people, but do it in a way that TikTok couldn't figure out what you were doing, and you probably would have had a blue check over there and making significant money. No, you're doing it on X, where they're about to change the model. What an idiot. And yes, for those who don't remember, we did that live. They're changing the revenue model. So he might even get less than them pennies. We might have to start cutting pennies.
Get to work.
That's
and when you pay for the blue check. And so you pay for the blue check, and what is the reason why one would pay for the blue check?
More exposure, because without a blue check, you don't get that much exposure. Your metrics are not as good.
And then you sign up for, I think there's the way you sign up, you get paid for it. Instagram is the same way. You have an Instagram.
By the way, he forgot to mention that you have to give your ID to Israel.
Instagram doesn't. So Instagram, you don't get anything from that. Facebook does it, but you have to be invited into it. Instagram, you don't get anything from Instagram. I only know a few people who do it. I don't intend on doing it. There's really no point because the moment you get monetized is the moment that you're more likely to get banned. Now with X, if you're eligible for monetization, you have to apply for it and they approve it. But like I said, it's like it's probably the worst platform to get paid on. And you have to get millions upon millions of views in order for it to get anything from it. But
so then why are you paying for something you know you're not going to get millions of views on? Why are you paying for it? Turn it off. If you're really telling the truth, people will find you. But we know you won't do that. You would never have gotten 40,000 on Twitter without that blue check. We know that.
I post
somebody in your comments. Can you see what somebody in your comment section said?
Somebody said, Andre, his main argument is that you copy his content because you use the same terms of phrase to sell the argument. Just stop using it. So just using the same terms, it's retarded. It's gay. It's retarded and gay. Don't use the same terms and phrases. This is the problem. Why are we gatekeeping? This is like we're doing this. This is the thing that audience are doing this because hold on.
You're cutting out a little bit. You're cutting out a little bit.
Let me turn my.
Like it's cutting out. I don't know if your people are hearing it, but we hear it over here. It going nick, nick. So you're borging is what the young people.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me clear now?
Clear as a bell.
Okay. So are we doing this as comedians that we have certain personalities and phrases that we use? Or are we doing this to push a message and a worldview because we want the betterment of Black people?
You could push the same message and don't use it on somebody else's terms. Brother Torian Rain uses PC. He uses the term PC. I don't use that term. I use Kardashians. But we mean the same thing. Tommy's point is everybody uses everybody. We all understand that as content creators. Yes, we'll take something from somebody that we listen to. We understand that. Hell, I took Professor Black Truth's whole fucking Power Tools commentary. I took that whole thing. I give him credit. I used to put Jason Black stuff up here. I gave him credit. All he's saying is, if you're going to use my stuff, just say where you got it from. He keeps using this comedian thing. Comedians get called out if they take people's stuff and don't give them credit. Or did you forget about that? That's why Carlos Mencia ain't around no more. He was taking people's stuff. Like, come on. Thank you, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey took people's jokes. Got called out for it. Damn, it's like it's not that hard. Credit where you got your stuff from. It's okay. Not everybody's going to be wholly original forever. It's hard. I mean, Amy Schumer. But, you know, it is what it is.
I don't want to live around nigga shit and nigga culture. So I call out aggressively.
But you live in Detroit.
I look at other content creators. Talked about and they're poor bitch.
Detroit, y'all ain't got good internet up there.
I don't know. I can ask the people over. The people on his side, are y'all hearing it this way? Because he's completely cut out. And to Almanaz, I love you, but when you say here's to another unproductive conversation, I don't know why y'all do that, but stop. If at any point in time y'all hear that a conversation isn't going the way that it's supposed to go, then just stop watching it. Just stop watching it. Okay, so it is his connection. I hope he'll be back. I'll bring some of the people up who have something to say about the subject. Well, we know he's not copying my connection. But y'all got to stop. I agree, the young man, let's spread the message. What do y'all mean by calling it spread the message? Like, what are they? Why? All of y'all who keep saying you agree with him, let him spread the message. Please click the link and come up here and tell me what y'all mean by that. Because let me tell you what I'm sick of. Y'all motherfuckers who've never created shit. Y'all have never created shit. Telling somebody who has created something, they shouldn't mind letting somebody else have it. You know what that is? Fucking communism. Again!
He's starting to crash out now. Here we go.
Y'all believe that people who created something should share it with y'all, should let y'all eat off of it too. Y'all believe y'all should be able to take it from them. Hey, Tommy, you got a nice house. I should be able to come in there and eat too. What the fuck? How would you? Yeah, what do you mean spread the message? Yeah, none of y'all niggas have created shit. Y'all the same niggas that get mad if a bitch buy the same dress you bought. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Y'all
ain't that with everybody?
The same motherfuckers will call out a nigga that wear the same shoes y'all got. You know I bought them shoes first. I was the first one. Y'all the same motherfuckers will get mad if a nigga buy the same car y'all drive. Don't let them get the same rims you got. What the hell? This person says, then patent the word. Sir, if you believe that, then y'all the same niggas who should have told the people of living single, then patent it. Instead of getting mad that they stole it and made friends. I cannot stand you sons of bitches.
Oh, Tommy, you were wrong there, brother. Living single is literally trademarked. The idea is literally out there. You ain't gonna find nobody in Hollywood that's gonna say they were not the same show. The only difference is NBC had more money than Fox. What are you talking about? There's nobody that can't watch both of those shows and realize it's the same premise. 6 people in an enclosed space with their lives intertwined. Just like when Mark Curry called out Steve Harvey for stealing Hanging with Mr. Cooper and creating the Steve Harvey Show. By that logic, since you like to use that phrase, should every cop procedural show get pissed off that they took it from Jake and the Fat Man, Hawaii Five-0, Dragnet? Should the creators of Dragnet be pissed at every cop procedural show that came before it? Came after it. Should LA Law be pissed off that The Practice came in and had a longer shelf life? Should George Reeves Superman come out of the ground and be pissed off that the CW had an entire block of nights dedicated to superhero shows? What you said right there made no sense.
Then patent it then. Sir, I don't have to patent shit. I have the right to, after I see it, complain about it, right? Isn't that what he does about blacks? Since y'all saying that's what he should be able to do, I complain about niggas stealing shit. He complained about niggas stealing shit from stores. I believe in you're stealing shit from people. Huh? You didn't want nobody to steal it. Should have locked it down. How about that? For every one of you stupid son of a bitches who said that, and anytime he put up a picture or video of black folks stealing, we need to say, if you didn't want nobody stealing, should have locked it down. Should have locked it down. Didn't want nobody to steal it. This is the same. Black folks is the worst people on earth. They sit up there and find a way that when they take him from other niggas, it's okay. But don't let them say nothing about what they did to Little Richard. Yeah, they stole Little Richard. They robbed Little Richard.
Sir, that's documented, though. Pat Boone and all them white companies stole from Little Richard. It's literally patented. What is he? Okay. So the Pat Boone incident didn't happen, right? That didn't happen. Why do you think we have laws now that says you can't literally take somebody else's song and push it off as your own? You have to call it a cover. By the way, y'all know what I'm about to say. Screenshot. He's not serious.
They said rock and roll black people created it. Nope, should have patented it.
Now he's going to go all the way back to the 1800s where black people weren't given the same accesses to patent stuff. I'm not saying black people didn't patent stuff. I'm just saying things that black people created, they never got full credit for it. And as the history goes down, now people trying to question if they even created it, even though there's documentation on it. He's literally describing himself, and he don't see what the problem is. He's going to make this a black problem. But if it was a bunch of white boys running around saying BT 1000, he ain't going to sit up there and get this pissed off, ready to go fight them white boys.
Should have patented it. You didn't patent it. So white folks had all that. They surely could have did it. It's not a bad analogy, you stupid motherfucker. The point is, somebody can tell you you should have done something else to prevent it. Jackass, that was the analogy. Someone's telling you you could have done something else. You know, you could have done something else. You know, you could have done something else. But I'm doing what it is I want to do. Speak about it. Same thing he's doing. How y'all gonna tell me I should speak about what y'all want me to speak about? But if I speak about what y'all don't, then you tell me, well, you shouldn't say anything about that. Right, inventions too. Black folks created that third. Should have patented it.
We did.
How is it that I get to sit up here and complain all day about what you like me to complain about? But if I complain about something else, you get mad.
You mean like the black woman who reinvented the 3G network? She basically came up with the framework for it, but they don't want to give her credit for it. They want to give these cell companies the credit. Okay, sure.
I agree with what this person said. His whole argument is that you're copying his content by using his terms and phrases. Simply stop using his terminology and let him fade out of popularity. This is why, y'all hear how stupid that is? I would fade out of popularity because he stopped using my words. If you believe that, and if he believed that, he wouldn't have used my words. He'd fade out of terms and phrases. Simply stop using his terminology and let him fade out of popularity.
But you're not popular, though.
First time a nigga asked me if I was stealing from somebody else will be the last time I do it. I wouldn't need to say, none of y'all would need to say anything to me. Here's the great part about me. None of y'all have ever been able to walk up to me from day one and say, it sounds like you took that from somebody else. Out of the millions of words in which I've used, nobody's ever said, so-and-so said that.
You just...
Somebody says, does Rollo Tomasi complain about guys in the red field
Yes.
space using his terminology?
Yes.
Is my name Rollo Tomasi? Is my name Rollo Tomasi? Come on, sir. Where are these niggas that's typing in the comment section? I'm hoping it's one of these people up here. Is one of these people typing in the comment section up here? You don't own words. You should be happy someone younger than you is carrying the torch. There they go with that carrying the torch thing. You carry the torch for somebody that's dead. You carry the torch for somebody that can't carry it.
All right. I was really trying not to say this, but I'm going to say it. Sir, you stole your whole, you stole your whole aesthetic from Petey Green. And before them type of folk, his fans get mad at me, he said that years ago on a stream, Petey Green inspired him. He said it. Yes, Petey Green, the legendary black commentator who was very controversial. But, you know, he's going to tell you he never said that.
Andrew and buddy, you're on here. Andrew, buddy, person on how they created these two terms. I didn't see one time, which is why I said something. Not one time was. Oh, and y'all got to remember you started this. I'm saying if I by your own logic, that's her hair. Why do I give a shit? She didn't rob my store. Why do I care? Why am I observing things? If I observe what you like, then we're okay. If I don't observe what you like, we got a problem. It's still me observing. No matter how you look at it, I'm observing. So as I saw that, I observed that. How you gonna tell me I didn't have the right to observe that when I come from a place where we don't do that? Just like he comes from a place where, if he said this is how he feels, he comes from a place where women don't act like that or women don't talk like that. And he says it. Rappers come from a place, some old school rappers come from a place where if you don't write your own rhymes, you ain't no lyricist. They wrong for saying that because the new generation use AI. What the fuck? Y'all are insane telling somebody who makes observations, who got a lot of his observations from somebody who makes observations, that he shouldn't be making observations. Because that's all this boils down to, my observation. And I'm not the only one who's thought it. He said himself, he's on the screen, he's heard it. You can read it. But everybody is able to go in his comment section and say, kind of sound like Tommy. But then Tommy says it. Oh, you should be glad there's a new generation of people carrying the torch. No one, I remember when they asked a question of, and y'all can Google it, look it up on YouTube. They asked a question of right after the movie Beverly Hills Cop 2, Beverly Hills Cop 1 came out. He was sitting at the table in front of the late night show host, Johnny Carson. And the man who was sitting there, his name was Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor was promoting his own movie.
What?
They then sat there and asked Richard Pryor.
Beverly Hills Cop and Richard Pryor was sitting there. What? Okay. Let me see where this goes.
As he's living, as he's sitting. They say, this guy right here, and they showed Beverly Hills Cop 1 clip and said, he's the next Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor was sitting there feeling so undamn comfortable. And he says, what do you think? And he said, oh, it's kind of hard to talk about the next Richard Pryor when I'm right here. The fuck would I be talking about the next one of me and I'm still here? Who does that? And that was his point. And if y'all didn't see it, you watch Eddie Murphy's movie, Eddie Murphy said he didn't like that shit.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it good that there's somebody else that's coming? Oh, it's an echo. Excuse me. Let me try to fix it.
If you,
I don't know what happens to the internet. They're kind of like, yeah, I got to fix it.
That maybe you see that you got the echo off.
Yes.
I was gonna say if you didn't, go click on that little wheel and click where it says audio, and it'll be a place where it says echo cancellation. Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell was with the internet that just cut out for some reason. I couldn't access shit for like 2 minutes.
Maybe you should have found a platform that was going to pay you so you could reinvest in your internet. But go ahead.
Maybe someone DDoS me. I don't know. But isn't it good that you've got? I just want to get back to it. We're not doing this as comedians. I'm not doing stand-up. I'm not going to LA and booking a tour. And I'm using good jokes and shit. Like I said, you're not Richard and I'm Paul Mooney coming out here trying to. No, we're not doing that. This is about calling out the problems that we have as Black people, and demanding better. And we're using a platform.
Is there a way you can turn your mic up?
Can you hear me now?
It's just low. And they're having a hard time hearing, so now it sounds like I'm over you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Y'all let me know if it's better as he talks.
Am I still here? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, but it's because I just turned my end up, so I'm making sure they can hear you.
Okay.
So
audience, can you hear me?
And you talk there. Yeah, you see what they're you see what they're writing?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I was saying,
Andre. See, this is why I can't take these Black conservatives seriously. I want y'all to hear something he just said.
We have as Black people demanding better, and we're using a platform.
Is there a way you can turn your mic up?
Can you hear me now? No, it's 2 minutes. Maybe someone DDoS me. I don't know. But isn't it good that you've got? I just want to get back to it. We're not doing this as comedians. I'm not doing stand-up. I'm not going to LA and booking a tour, and I'm using your jokes and shit. Like I said, you're not.
No, you're not doing comedy tours, but you were trying to get on the HBCU tour. Yeah, that Griff. Did you forget that, sir? Maybe you forgot that you were going to do that. We didn't forget.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in
streets. I thought they just took it to the streets, and that wasn't a good result.
From October 29th to the 6th of November, I'll be traveling to multiple HBCUs in the state of Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia.
So this motherfucker say he about to go to HBCUs and spew that bullshit. Boy, listen here. I mean, what the fuck you really trying to do?
We're going to hold black people accountable. We're going to talk about black crime. We're going to talk about the dysfunctional attitude and behavior of black women and black households. We're going to talk about how black people are failing in this country.
You finna go to HBCUs and tell them about niggas? Ain't nobody there but black students, motherfucker.
And a few white
They do what the fuck they supposed to do. And you finna go over there and talk that bullshit. You need to take that shit to goddamn Alabama, Mississippi State. But I got a suggestion for you. I want you to get a tent and have all your motherfucking constituents out there just listening to you. And aim yourself just right. I want you to sit catacorner at a Pacific angle. This subject want to be the nappy hair Charlie Kirk.
We're going to hit every HBCU, every predominantly black city in this country and bring the message and our truth to them.
What truth is he said we. I heard we. So Andre Williams, I get it. He's in the military, so he had to be exposed to other languages. But yeah, he was over here speaking French.
Who is we? Who is we?
This motherfucker talk about we. Who the fuck is we? I know what it is. You done got some white handlers. Some right-wing social media outlet done pick your punk ass up. I hope it's some Antifa out there. Some Queen Antifa. Fuck your ass up.
We're taking the same provocative message and rhetoric to the streets, baby.
This son bitch about to go on a nigger-hating tour. A self-hating concert series.
I'm looking forward to going to these HBCUs and going to these black cities and having these
Now, mind you, he said this after he got arrested.
Discussions directly with people. We're not afraid. We're not going to hold back. We're going to speak our mind as we do here and carry it out there into the public.
With the Boondocks music in the back. Okay.
I hope you get what you want. I hope you get to be like Charlie Kirk. Just like him, the way he is right now. Hey.
Now, I don't endorse taking him out, but, you know, he got it.
Now, Richard, and I'm Paul Mooney coming out here trying to, no, we're not doing that. This is about calling out the problems that we have as black people and demanding better. And we're using a platform.
Is there a way you can turn your mic up?
Can you hear me now?
It's just low. And they're having a hard time hearing, so now it sounds like I'm over you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Y'all let me know if it's better as he talks.
Am I still here? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, but it's because I just turned my end up, so I'm making sure they can hear you.
Okay.
So
Audience, can you hear me?
As you talk, yeah. You see what you see what they're writing?
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I was saying, like I said, we're not comedians. We're not doing this for stand up and for the sake of, I want to share jokes and use your jokes to get some fame. We're doing this to combat a problem that we have in the community.
Well, let's play jokes, sir. Let's play jokes.
Let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
I guess making $182 a month on Patreon, I'm sure you just figured out that that's not enough to even pay for yourself to travel to 3 states. Yeah, there's his Patreon post. To all the people supporting financially here on Patreon, unfortunately, I have to announce the postponement of my HBCU tour in Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Currently, at this moment, the team that I was trying to build for this tour could not accompany me, especially after my arrest in Detroit during the King's Day protest, which made it difficult to go to an HBCU without a proper team. So they didn't want to be associated with a criminal. According to you, that sounds like that's nigga behavior. Initially, 5 were ready to go, but due to personal and financial reasons, they could not attend, leaving me down to 1 person who would not provide viable content or be safe. Those close to me, along with family, took a great deal of time trying to convince me to postpone it. I've decided to listen to their concerns and do what is necessary. So I am now postponing my HBCU tour. Hopefully, we can start the spring tour in March of 2026. This will buy time to build financial support and attract more attention to my content so we can gather more people to support it and make this happen through actual participation. I appreciate those who supported me early on. I'm very grateful for your support. I'm looking for ways to deliver content that's both viable and impactful, conveying a strong message. AKA, I want some white commentator to boost my video. Okay, nigga. Okay.
Community. And yes, there's a new generation of people who watch your content, and many of them said they've been banned by you in the comment section because you mentioned me long before this interaction that we've had. And I've given you credit on my Instagram, the biggest platform that I have right now. I've given you credit. I've gone through people like, hey, you know, someone else was good to listen to, Tommy.
Instagram. Conservatives say Instagram is woke. Instagram is controlled by Facebook, and all they do is ban people. But you over there. Why didn't y'all go to True Social?
My homegirl Carmen JC, she does great content. I always talk about, you know, my
Carmen
all these
JC.
people, the people I don't really fuck with, are like Anti and Daniels and the rest, because I think that they're grifting. I think they're doing this just for the money.
But if I think about it, but that's your opinion. See,
I think that's I take it more as a fact. I'm a little arrogant.
I'm just saying, but you
you
get to have an opinion on what they do. Yes or no?
True. Yeah, that's very true. We do get to
That's all I'm
opinions.
saying.
Like assholes, we all got to.
There you go. That was all I. That's
Carmen
literally all I've been
JC.
saying. So when they come at me and say I shouldn't have an opinion on what I've seen, or you shouldn't, like, no, y'all will listen to him say that another man who's got an audience and doing his own thing is a grifter. And that's what I was going to address too. That what this person just wrote. I have never. That is a complete lie. That someone said your name on my page and I blocked them. I didn't know who you were. And when somebody said your name, I went over to your page. And that's when I said, look like I'm looking in the mirror.
On Instagram, I got one girl. Like, she's been watching the content since the same amount of time I have. And like, she mentioned my name.
I swear I've not heard your name. And again, you saw me physically go to your comment section after someone says, hey, Tommy, this guy's doing such and such.
So you're telling me
that was
you've
the
never
first time I
heard
didn't
my
find
name.
it on your
You've
page.
never
I didn't
heard
block
me
him
at all. You've never heard my name at all. You've never seen my content.
No, sir.
Okay.
That is the first time, and I commented there. I am quick to do things.
Tommy, it's kind of hard to believe that when we're in the same sphere of content creation and we interact with almost the same.
Well, it might not be, because remember, guess where I'm at?
What's that?
Rumble.
Okay. You're on X as
And
well.
I've been in Rumble 5 years.
I know.
Haven't been able to do YouTube since 2020.
I remember. I followed all your YouTube channels.
So if you said you've only been doing it for a year, it actually wouldn't be very hard for me not to hear from you, especially since 2025, I think I've had to do 100 different Twitters. I've had to do about 100 different Instagrams. Where would I have heard of you from when I can't even keep my own stuff up? Which right now on Instagram, I'm having to use somebody else's page.
I'm not even talking about Instagram, I'm talking about X.
What? You got to use somebody else's page just to talk on Instagram?
Is she stupid or is she dumb? Because I think she might be both.
Jay-Z.
What? Sir, why would you admit that? So you gram surfing? Jesus Christ. This is beautiful. You couldn't call up your girl Candace? He actually admitted this.
I know you've seen my content somewhere. You've seen me from somewhere.
When the first time I saw it, I commented.
Okay.
The first time I saw it, I commented.
Similar people who follow both of us and have interacted.
It doesn't, okay, because you guys have the same audience does not mean they're going to see the same content, sir. They're not going to see your content. What the fuck? See, there they go thinking that they have their own sphere of influence. Sir, that's not how social media works. Just because you have the same mutuals does not mean that we're going to see each other. You would have to search for something or search your name for your shit to come up. And then the algorithm's like, oh, okay, you're searching for that. Okay, here's similar stuff. Or here's the person. We'll put that on your page now. He's so fucking dumb.
Both of us are like, why are you arguing? Why are you guys going back and forth? Like,
And most of those people are called whites.
And not whites. We got a lot of black people. I don't have white
Shit,
people.
no, I watched and I said something to them. Them straight up white dudes who were sitting there in the comment section. I was watching some of his pages. I went to them.
Yeah, like
them white dudes don't give a shit what nigger.
Mary Keeney is a white man. And by the way, I love how he brought up Amiri King, that whole criminal. But okay.
It is, it's a nigger.
Really
they didn't care. And if you say something they don't like, you become a nigger to them too.
I know.
I've
been around
seen
the scene
it
for a long time. I've been around the scene for a very long time.
Sir, you've been around for a year. You admitted it. Now he's been around for a long time. He's been around for a long time, but he did content for a year. Sir, shut up.
I don't make my content for whites. I make my content to piss
No,
off.
what I'm telling you is the ones you said they were up over my page. Why y'all doing this?
He said, I make my content not for white people, but to piss off black people and make them do better. Sir, when have black people ever in this country looked at content and said, I got to do better? When have we ever done that? That's another thing y'all knock us for. We don't give a fuck. You say whatever you want about us. We ain't finna change. The only people that can make us change our behavior are the people that love us. Who the fuck are you? You some 1970s porn star looking coon. You look like the nigga that they would take out in a blaxploitation movie. You the one that caused the white man to do what he did. Either the nigga Slaughter or Black Caesar or Cleopatra Jones come in there and fuck you up before going after the white man. Jim Kelly would put you through a window. Yaphet Kotto would spit on you while you were in the grave. Fuck you talking about?
I sit up there and watched them. They were
I'm not
white
talking
dudes.
about just them. No, I'm talking about some of the black people. I'm not talking about
The white black people
in
do say things like two
I'm
coons
not trying
fighting.
to. Yeah, that's the dumb niggas that don't like neither one of us. But the black people who follow our content and watch us both have said, like, why are you guys arguing? I can mention a few.
But look at what you said. When I said they said two coons fighting, you called them dumb niggas. See how I was saying to you earlier?
Yeah.
If you felt something I was saying, especially when I kept saying, hey, cut back on calling a grown man names. If you say you was in the military and all this and you got a father, you know that's out of line. Especially if he ain't doing it.
Not necessarily. If they're fucked up and they're, they're not doing something.
Wow. See that? See that? So your old man tell you better watch what you say. You're going to ignore him because you're getting clout on the internet. All right, sir. Okay.
The standard. You call him the fuck out. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Hey,
you call a man a pussy?
And you square him the fuck away. If he's below the standard, I'm talking below the standard. I'm not talking about a few deviations. Oh, he's getting there. I'm talking about someone at the bottom. You call them the fuck out. And you tell them, get the shit together, because you're only representing yourself, the army.
Why didn't you tell that to the Muslim dude that got in your face? You was real quiet when he was nose to nose to you, real quiet. And then remember his excuse? Oh, well, I'm not gonna do nothing to somebody on the street. I don't want to get arrested. What? Nigga, when you go to a protest, you stand the risk of getting arrested. Everybody that attends stands the risk of getting arrested. You should have popped your shit. If you'd have popped your shit on him and y'all got the bucking and you beat him up, you would be a legend right now. But you had no way of knowing if them folk that were over there with you were going to back you up.
In this company, you fucking call that shit out. People like a year is not a long time. Like I said,
to all of my military people, do y'all believe in that's how you talk to people you don't know? That's how you handle issues with people who you might disagree with? You do this?
Online? Hell yeah. We're talking about the military. You go.
That's what I said. What did I tell you?
Hold on, Tommy. You squirm away. You give them a fucking counseling, right? You do the fucking a monthly counseling for them, right? You give them a 4856. You write them up, and that's how you do it. You bring it to the first level. You handle everything at the lowest level possible.
That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about if you're a military person, you talking with a citizen. Is that how you act? You're not talking about military to military. You see what he did? Oh, okay.
Before you take it up to the highest level. That's how I fucking I went through it and how shit goes through. But anyway, like I said, I do my own fucking thing. I've always been doing my own thing. My content's my content. I don't steal from anybody. The term
you literally took that man's terms and you say you don't steal from nobody. You literally took that man's terms. Dude, you literally stole your entire idea from other TikTokers. You literally stole your idea from controversial personalities. Literally. You literally try to go on an HBCU tour because you saw white boys doing it. But you don't steal your content. So let me guess. You were just going to go to these HBCUs and just talk, and you weren't going to put up no clips. You were just going to go out there just on the strength. Well, if I told y'all about the American racists, they will say something and within 10 seconds own themselves. Well, in this case, you're a coon. So how can you tell the American coon?
And phrases I use, we're in the same fucking realm of politics, the same sphere of influence, discussing problems that pertain to our community. Having a problem that I use these terms to call out certain issues and certain, certain archetypes in the community. Oh, like this is mine. This is how we go.
Damn, somebody said this man is ashamed to the uniform. Damn.
This is why we don't go anywhere. Because we're doing this mine. If you really felt some way about it, Tommy, you should have patented the shit. Put a patent on it. Tariq Nasheed, we got all these patents. Why don't you put a patent on it, Tommy? Put trademark it. You trademark.
Why is he bringing up Tariq? Tariq not even in this. Why are you bringing him up?
Today, I stopped using it. But as long as we're collective and we're calling out this fucking problem, I'm gonna continue to use the terms we need to do to call out this shit because it's necessary. And all
so
why
would you not use it? Why would you not see even okay? Even how your first words is to if they when they agree with you, are they any names?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
They haven't disrespected you. The ones you call retards were literally saying we've never heard of you. So why should he have? Then they said a year's not a long time. Now they became
some of the people that.
Why would they lie, sir? Sir, do you know how big Twitter is? Why would they lie and say they never heard of you before? Here we go. And this is something Tori and I have been trying to tell y'all. These motherfuckers over here think that they're bigger than they are. Sir, nobody knows you. They don't know you, sir. Why? Because they saw a couple of your videos. That means that we know you. Sir, we don't know you. You even said it yourself. You've been here for a year. Do you know how much content you can consume in a year? Motherfuckers forgot about you. People never heard of you before. Andre Williams, since somebody has to tell you, since your daddy not going to tell you, you're not that important. I'm not that important. Tommy's not that important. Tariq's not that important. We gone, the world continues. The world don't stop. The only person that made the world stop in history, and I'm talking about the entire world, was Michael Jackson. No disrespect to our great master teachers and things like that. No disrespect. But didn't nobody stop the earth from moving like Michael Jackson's death did. Again, you had whole jihadists in the desert crying. We're not that important. And for you to keep saying that how you don't know me, that's the point, sir. You come off like a troll. If somebody didn't even know you existed until this debate, quote unquote, they would just think you were a troll. Nobody's going out of their way to put up Andre Williams content, which again goes back to my original point. There's no big accounts out there posting your shit. They don't care. You're a dime a dozen. Well, technically now you're a dime 100. You're doing nothing revolutionary. You're doing nothing that people are going to say that's Andre Williams. And it's so bad. I searched your name looking for a picture. You didn't even come up. I had to put TikTok and it still barely came up. You're not that important.
watching my content, watched them comment before. Like a lot of them were fucking lying. Like you've seen
Which one?
Before.
Which
What
one?
was it? Let's go back to the Twitter. Let me pull this up before.
Yeah, which one that you saw in the comment section has been one that's been watching your
Twitter, when you make the post saying, never heard of this guy. Like some of these people have been in the comment section talking shit, especially after the No King's Day protest. Like, stop fucking playing. Like y'all people are being assholes with this shit.
But Tommy didn't even see that video. He just put it on his page. The one where you got rolled. Because I showed it in that comment thread when somebody said that you got pushed over. He was like, wow. That means he went to go search for it. Because if he already saw it, he was like, oh, that's the dude? Or he would have been like, yeah, I remember that. He didn't give a fuck.
And you even did this. Like, you're a nobody. You're fucking, you're lame. I don't know who the fuck you are. Man, come on, dude. We're in the same.
Yes, you called me a pussy. I called you lame.
After you sat back and started crashing out in my comments, Tommy.
No,
this is all
crash out in the comments again.
Tommy. This
Not
is
crash
all
out in his
because-
comments. He's just
Tommy,
making things up.
Tommy, this is all because you said something.
What does crash out mean to you? Since you're going to use these phrases, don't be like a black. When you say a black woman, that's a black woman's word of I crash someone's crash
That's not
out.
a black woman's word. What are you talking about?
That's how black women call what you do a crash out.
A
But they don't
behavior.
tell- Wait a minute. Black women call what you do a name instead of telling you what you did was wrong. So tell me what a crash out means.
To black woman, we're not talking about. What are you
No, you keep bringing up. You kept bringing up black women to me.
Nigga, the whole interaction started with he's a dickhead. Andre is not bright. He's really not bright. Sir, the whole reason you two are talking is based on that video you created about a black woman. Damn. Look, even people saying they don't know you. Sir, you thought I get it though. He thought within 6 months of doing content, he thought he was going to get in. He thought he'd be all over the place. He thought he'd be at Airfest. He thought he'd get retweets from big accounts. He thought he'd be on their shows. They don't care about you, sir. Did you forget that they're exercising their own black conservatives? Not exercising like jumping jacks, exorcising. They're getting rid of them. They don't care about black people unless it's time to do content or to shit on them. And y'all keep falling for this. They don't want you.
Because you were acting like a black woman. Tommy.
Oh my
You're
God,
acting,
y'all see
listen,
this?
You're acting like
No, he
the
keeps
Tommy I
saying
like
it.
and I've been
And I'm
watching for
telling you
years.
what you're doing is, and you're acting like one now.
Oh,
Every time someone doesn't agree with you, you call them a name.
No, I don't.
You literally just did.
The people in the comment section
Swearing up and down, people know you when you've been doing it for a year.
Yeah, I've been doing it for
swearing up and
millions
down,
of
people
views.
know you when
Millions
all of
of
that
views.
hasn't translated. Your YouTube has 4,000 subs.
I don't use.
Damn. 4,000 subs. Damn. Is Tommy rapping?
I told you, punk ass niggas, to get off the motherfucking timeline and rap. That's the problem. You niggas be crying. You niggas be bitching. You niggas need to fucking rap. When you can't nobody else come up here if they not rapping like that. Stay your punk ass at home.
Son, how you let that man call out your whole YouTube subs? And sir, you could be making more money on YouTube than TikTok in them if you would have just did the content there. Shorts pays a lot of money, especially if they get traction. That's what you should do. But you know, YouTube is not as flexible as you think it is. Because here on YouTube, you have to be controversial. You can't be a shock jock. Tommy will tell you this well. He's lost many a channel. But again, that comes with creativity. That comes with charisma, and you lack both. It's easy to just load up your camera app or the TikTok app and push the plus button and record a video. That's easy. Sit here and do what I'm doing. That's tough because you have to show people how smart you are on the fly. All this stuff I do, I don't write scripts. This is where the real work will be remembered. I'll even give Tommy this. I'll give him this. His work on YouTube, yes, it'll be remembered. It will be. Now, for those, it'll be positive. For others, it'll be negative, but it'll live on. And his impact has been there because everybody brings up, see, that's how many channels you lost. So people are aware, nigga, nobody knows you. They couldn't even tell. If they knew you, they would know the first name that you had on TikTok. They probably don't even know. But he went out there and put out his whole goddamn YouTube channel. That's crazy. Keep going.
YouTube. I use Instagram. I use TikTok.
You just so happen to be using it now, though.
I'm not using it now.
How'd you get on?
You're broadcasting live right now.
Come on, dude. I use my Instagram. 250,000.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Let me go look this up. I'm gonna let it play. Let me go look this up real fast.
Followers. 2 accounts.
Yo,
Facebook.
this man just said he's
50,000 followers, dude. Like, if we're gonna play this numbers game, Tommy, if we're gonna play this numbers game,
ain't nobody playing
really game. It's gonna get really
good.
Here you
go. Game. He said, I don't use my YouTube.
I really
this is him live right now on YouTube.
Yeah, because we're going live right now. What the
you
fuck?
just you didn't use it.
Go live.
Why would you use
why not?
the YouTube?
I'm gonna get my side of it too. What the fuck? I can't.
Sir, if you don't use YouTube, why would you use the YouTube to stream this? You could have just streamed this from your phone. You could have streamed this on X. You used your. Let me look. He might have been telling the truth. Okay, I'm on his page. Nigga, you used it a month ago. Oh, you nigga. You lying son of a bitch. You just used it a month ago. And this is live. You put up a video a month ago. Your last content was 5 months ago. Here, your last content was 2 months ago before this. How do you tell this lie? When did you put this up?
This is a nigga moment. White. This is.
Let me see when you put this up. Nigga. Another trait of the black conservative, they will lie. He put this short up last night.
White people are officially tired of niggas.
2 days
Look at him pulling it.
2 days ago. But you say you don't use your YouTube like that. But you putting up shorts.
Trump bombed Venezuela for a reason.
3 days ago. Boy, the nigga. I think, you know what I think he did? I think he did stream it and then deleted it. I think that's what he did. Because I was watching the comments and it had the YouTube comments. And I was like, that's not Tommy's crowd because they're shitting on him. So it had to be from him. So I think he streamed it and then deleted it or hid it. Lying mother. See, this is why I do what I do, because you can catch him live. How do you lie like that? All you had to say is, yeah, I used it for this, which he did. And I'm not, okay. You didn't have to stream it to your audience, sir. Because I know you're using StreamYard, so you didn't have to stream it to your audience. You could have just sat there and talked.
Tommy, if we're gonna play this numbers game,
ain't nobody
that's
playing
gonna get really game. It's gonna get really
Y'all,
game.
here you go. Game. He said, I don't use my YouTube.
I really
this
don't.
is him live right now on YouTube.
Yeah, because we're
see, He did delete it. So he did delete it. Hey, Andre, why did you delete it? Sir, why did you delete it? No, there's mine. Yeah, why did you delete it, sir? You should have just left it up. He probably put, maybe he put it on Patreon. Maybe he put it on the Patreon. Oh, Andre. 25 people watching.
250,000 followers. 2 accounts.
Yo,
Facebook.
this man just said he's
50,000 followers, dude. Like, if we're gonna play this numbers game, Tommy, if we're gonna play this numbers game,
ain't nobody
that's gonna
playing
get really game. It's gonna get really
Y'all,
game.
here you go. He said, I don't use my YouTube.
I really
This is him live right now on YouTube.
Yeah, because we're going live right now. What the fuck? Yeah, today.
Why would you need to go live?
Because why not? I'm gonna get my side of it too. What the?
But you're getting it on StreamYard, so you're still giving your side of it. The fuck? What do you, sir? Okay, you know what you could have done is, but this requires working. You look like you don't work. You could have still did the debate, went back on Rumble, and clipped that part out, and then put it up. You're streaming it live to Griff. You're probably monetized, so you're gonna get a little bit of coin off of it. But then you delete it. But he deleted it because he was looking bad. Nasty work. You could, and again, he could have did this on X. Because when you click stream this to audience, they give you a choice of where to put it. He could have put this on X.
Fuck, I can't go live and share it to
It's
my
one
audience?
side.
It's not one side. It's 2 sides to this. You're accusing me of
How
stealing
did
your
they hear
shit
both?
and copying you. No, fuck that.
They
I'm not
hear
gonna sit
both
there and
of
do that.
us. How are you not being heard? How would you need to go? What
I'm
does that
streaming
mean?
this to my audience. What's wrong with me streaming this to my audience?
Okay, and I just told you use it, and you
And
said
he
I don't
doesn't have
use
it
it.
on X.
I just said I don't use it as much as Instagram or X, where I post every day.
But you could have streamed it
Come
to
on, Tommy,
X.
are you not
And
listening?
as
Come
they
on, this is
said,
lo-
you're
this
not
is
on
logical
Instagram
talk.
now.
Because I can't go live on Instagram. I'm banned from going live on Instagram.
But Instagram only gives you an hour.
What the fuck?
So they wouldn't even have heard you anyway.
Yeah.
He's not
And
making
if I'm-
sense. Instagram gives you an hour. So you'd have to go, after the first time you talk to them, you'd have to go back in there when your internet fucked up, and you'd have to go in there and do it again. That doesn't make sense. You could have streamed this to X. That was the point. You could have streamed it to X. You went to YouTube. And more people would have seen you on X anyway.
Right, like it's like arguing with a black woman. To
I'm
tell
using-
somebody I
this
don't
is the- this
use
is the
while
dumbest shit in
using
the
it.
world. You're being low IQ. I'm using YouTube right now for this interaction. I don't use
And
YouTube.
so
I don't
you use
stream.
it.
Not as
You
commonly
use
as I use
it.
other platforms. That's exactly what I said. I don't use it as commonly as other platforms that I'm larger on. You brought up my numbers on YouTube, and I said I don't use it as much. I'm using it for this interaction. Why not?
The point
What's
would
the
be
problem
if
with that?
somebody watched you in a small space, they would find you in a bigger one. That is
most
the
people don't go to-
largest. That is the largest platform out there.
That's
and
not
you
my
just
largest
don't use that,
platform.
but you claim it's about the message.
That's not my platform. I use Instagram, which I have a better reach. I have greater fucking numbers on there. I use X, which I've built a better reach on there in the last 3 months. 40,000
Why
in the
didn't
last
you
3 months.
put this on X?
That's what I've been doing. I use the platforms I'm comfortable with. I'm not in this to make money or do anything. I do this because
So
I
then
like
that's
the
why
message.
that's why I would ask, why would you do it now? That was a simple thought.
Because we're having.
If
this
I told
interaction.
you I don't normally slap bitches and I was currently slapping one,
Well, maybe
you
we're
wonder
slapping
why
a
I
bitch
was doing
today.
it.
We're slapping a bitch today. How about that? I think honestly, someone said clout chasing. Clout chasing for what? I have my own fucking platform. I've had 250 million.
So why? Okay, if you weren't cloud chasing, why would you accept this? Y'all were arguing for 2 days. You didn't have to accept this. You're cloud chasing.
Views in the last year. Why do I need to clout chase? I have my own shit. I don't give a fuck.
Nobody knows you.
I got my own shit going on. And guess what? I can walk away from this shit and go do my own thing.
No, you can't, because you would have done it already.
And the people say this is the problem with the black Gen Xers. Y'all are fucking all retarded.
Here we go.
Because you guys sit here and do this fucking
here we
clout
go.
chasing shit. Sit your old asses down. Get in the retirement home. Shut the fuck up.
So clout chasing, you can't use that term, but crash out you can. Now, which is why is it okay to say crash out, but not okay to say clout chase? Please explain that to us.
They're saying that I'm clout chasing, which I have no reason to clout chase at all.
Which you said I was crashing out.
You argue with that man for 2 days. That's clout chasing. You should have said what you said and moved on. You're clout chasing. Tommy got a bigger platform than you. You're clout chasing. Jesus.
Which I have no reason to crash out.
I said you crashed out in the comments when I gave a response.
And I didn't. And I said I didn't.
You did.
See, and you clout chased.
I'm not clout chasing.
Do y'all understand how stupid this is? This is literally arguing with a woman. Says what she wants to say, and you gotta listen.
Tommy,
I gotta hear everything he says.
Tommy, you wanted my attention. You came to my page. I didn't go to your page.
I wanted your attention.
Yeah, you did. You came to me. I gave a neutral response.
Who kept making comments on the page? You or me?
You started this with making comments on my page.
No, I said you kept doing it. Who kept doing it?
In response to you calling me lame and saying I'm doing this for money.
I did not call you lame. You did it in response to me saying that they
you did pull up the tweets. Tommy, pull up the tweets. This is some child.
I tried to.
You're being a child.
I tried to.
You tried to, or are you going to? I don't even want to hear about
right. Say he can't. Oh no, you started talking about something else. We switched. Even your own audience said, "Let's go back to the comments."
Yeah, go back to the comments. I didn't switch in anything. Go back to the comments.
They're still here.
Bring them up. Where are they at?
I had to take it off the screen because he was talking to me, and I didn't want that over my face.
It's excuses after excuses, Tommy. This is how this.
I'm pulling it back up now. I said Tommy, I took it off because you were talking.
This is how this interaction started. Let me start. This is how this interaction started. I made a post. You commented on that post. I like what you said. Then you went on to further comment saying that I'm stealing your shit, and I made a response saying, "Tommy, I'm not stealing your content. I love your content. I love what you do." But you sitting here saying that
no, what I said was, if you're going to take my words, give me credit, is what I said. I didn't say you're stealing my shit.
Tommy, I've done this multiple fucking times. Multiple times. On Twitter and mainly on Instagram, which I have a larger following on. Stop.
Correctly.
Tommy, I'm trying to
correctly.
I'm trying to
quote me correctly.
I did quote you. I'm not correct. This one. Let me tell you this. You're not getting a quote, a fucking shout out in the video, but you'll definitely get one in the comment section that gets thousands upon thousands of reactions of fucking
The point
hours
was
on my
what
biggest
I said
platform.
correctly. Why would you not want to quote what I said correctly? I said all I stated in the comment section was, if you're going to take my stuff,
Nobody's
give me
taking
credit.
your stuff. I've given you credit. What more do
Sir,
you want? Do you
can
want me to make a
argue
video?
that, but that's all I said. I'm saying say the quote correct. Why are y'all just gonna act like that don't make sense? I'm telling
You're
the
not
man
making sense
whether
at
he
all.
wants to say it's wrong or not. Say what I said, not what you wanted me to say.
You're not.
I wouldn't quote him wrong and then keep talking.
So what did I misquote? What was the misquote? Please tell me.
I just told you this is the third time. I said, if you're going to take my stuff, at least give me credit. That is what I said.
And I said
that is
I
all
did.
I said.
I've said I've done that multiple times.
I'm just telling you that is all I said that started this.
That's not what you
Jesus
said.
Christ.
Oh my God. You're really showing how low IQ you are with this conversation.
If what started was a bug on my face, that's why I swerved. Why would I keep arguing that point of someone saying the bug started it?
Tommy, you're crying about someone using terminology that has been used by
Yes, I'm
millions of
crying
people
now.
over 15 years. Yes, that's what.
No, yes, I am crying.
Terminology that's been
and
used
you-
over 15 years. You've been doing the content that millions
You're
of
right,
people out there on
I'm
the street that
crying,
use this content.
and you-
Use the
and-
same,
and you are
the
clout
same
chasing.
shit. And it's funny. Someone just mentioned this.
I'm crying.
You
and you're
accused,
clout chasing.
you accused Kevin Samuels of doing this before.
Yeah, he
You
did.
accused him. No, he did not.
Yes,
Kevin
he
did his
did.
own fucking thing. No, he
I
didn't.
accused him of taking the parts he took, and I pointed them out. Every
You know
one
what
of
I
them.
think? You know what I think,
including when
Tommy?
he sat there,
You know what I think,
including
Tommy?
when he had an Instagram song. I pointed that out.
You did it with Anton with the song "Either" by Nas. Like, is that petty? It's petty as fuck. He used the same song as me in the video.
Okay,
Who
hold on.
cares?
And then
like
Anton,
Anton.
and then I'm about to say, you just said you don't like Anton, and Anton called out a man who said he didn't know him. Last I checked, that man should have been allowed to say the same thing that he said about me. But it was wrong when Mark Lamont Hill said he don't know him.
Yeah, like Mark Lamont, he's lying about that. I know he knows exactly who Anton is. I'm sure that he knows exactly a lot.
And Anton said he didn't know me, but then they said the difference was Anton then tried to change it after being called out on it. He said, "Oh, what I mean is I don't know him personally." There's a difference. Well, Mark Lamont Hill didn't know him personally.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't know. I don't know you personally. I know of you. I've been watching for years.
That's what I'm
So Anton-
saying.
Like we
So
all
how
know.
is it that he-
Tommy, we all know each other because we're in the same sphere of talking about certain things.
That was
We're
the
where
point,
our content
though.
comes across. But I don't know you. You don't know me. And if you're
That
coming
was the
across that, then
point.
it's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
So, but he tried to use one against me, but didn't want to allow that to be used with Mark Lamont Hill. Mark Lamont Hill was saying the same thing. I don't know this man.
Anton is I don't like Anton any fucking way.
My only problem is people don't do things and be fair on both sides. That's why I said, if you can call
Am I
out
not fair on
whatever
both
you
sides?
see, why is it I couldn't call out what I saw?
So
And
am I
if
not
you
being
can
fair on
call
both
out
sides?
Anton and say, Anton's fake, Anton's a grifter, why wouldn't I be able to say, this nigga's a stealer?
Listen,
He's a
my-
clout chaser.
Tommy,
He's a
have not-
whatever.
Have I not been fair on both sides? I've not been
You haven't. No, you have. When I just said what I said a second ago, you didn't
Okay.
say, well, that is fair. If I can call one man a grifter, and I don't know him, but just from his commentary, this is what I felt. Why wouldn't me, who is the person who's saying this and can cite the words I hear, say, this person's stealing from me? At least I have a leg to stand on. You calling somebody a grifter is just your thought.
Well, somebody's saying that you're doing this just for money, and there's no proof of that. And I can prove that I'm not doing this for money when I can prove that these other people are doing it for money by their behavior, by the talking points they put out, by the fact they talk about 90 different topics in one day rather than focusing on one thing.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
So a person that knows how to do more than one thing is only doing it for money, but somebody that focuses on one thing isn't.
This is a call.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is,
You're saying that they focus on multiple things, they're just doing it for money.
Tommy, what I'm saying is this: there's a lot of these black conservatives you see out here. The only way they can survive from putting out content is trying to take the Candace Owens route. They'll never be Candace. They talk about 90 fucking different topics and shit because they want to stay relevant. Someone like yourself and even me, we could talk about one thing and still stay on people's radar. I respect that. People like Myron and so on can talk about one thing and still stay on people's radar. But all these
Myron
people,
talks about a bunch of things.
He mainly stays on Jews and foreign policy, and he'll come back to black issues every now and again. But
And then he'll talk about money.
Niche he's talking about. He has a certain niche that he stays in that his audience are there for. Same with you. Same with myself. These other people, no. That's why I call them grifters and I call them fucking out for what they are because they sit.
But I mean, it's just all I'm pointing out is that it's just your opinion of them, and you're allowed to have it. But once people accept that you have an opinion about things you see, it is strange that an audience would then get mad at others for doing the exact same thing if it hit their favorite person.
Okay.
That is a problem, and it should be, because if we can critique Candace Owens, if we can critique, like when you talked about the black conservatives, let me tell you a problem that I've seen with the black conservatives. It seemed like there's no real black conservative movement.
No, there's not.
The whole black conservative movement, in my opinion, from what I've seen, is just a bunch of people trying to make money off saying they're black and conservative and being contrarian.
Yes, that's the whole movement. And also the pro-Israel. You can tell, here's the big key indicator you tell
Agreed.
money off of it, is the pro-Israel shit. When they start getting into the pro-Israel shit and they start doing this, like we're seeing with Venezuela and all this other shit, that's when I can tell these people out here, Jay. Brandon Tatum, he's one. There's a few other people out here doing bullshit. But let's get back to the point of the discussion, right? The actual point of the stream and why we're doing this. Like I said, I'm not here to steal your content. I've been doing this shit for a year. I've gained millions upon millions of views. Of course, I'll never be at your level.
But sir, you're not original. You're literally a clone. There's nothing that somebody can point to your content and say that it's original. There's nothing there. I'm about done. Fam, they talked for another 2 hours. I can't do that to y'all. If y'all want to go listen to the rest of it, do your thing. It's on Tommy's page over there. You can go look it up. I can't do this. Plus, I have to run a quick errand. Yeah. So now this is the beef. Oh man, I would leave and come back and do a part 2. I don't want to do it. I want to rest up for this Maduro stuff we got to do later. Matter of fact, let me do that real fast. Let me put up that so you guys can be able to do the redirect to it. We're in trouble, fam. This is who they're talking. This is the next generation. Unbelievable. All right, let me see. What time y'all want to do it? I'll leave it up to y'all. What time y'all want to do that? What were they arguing originally? Andre did a video criticizing some black woman at a drive-through because the person taking her order didn't give her the price. She just told her to come drive around, which is what they do now. So he decided to use Niggly Bear and Hair Hat, two terms that are associated with Tommy. Tommy saw the video. Mind you, now, again, for proper context, Andre did that video December 10th of last year. Tommy just found it 2 days ago. And he's like, wow, you're going to take my stuff and not give me credit for it. And then they went back and forth over it. You said 5 or 6? Ain't Touring got a video at 6? Let me look. I don't want to infringe on his stuff. Let me look. He's about to premiere that video too. That's why I'm trying to get up out of here. Let me see. Okay, he went live yesterday. Okay. Yeah, we could do it at 5 or 6. All right, so we'll do it at 6. We'll give us that leeway of an hour. All right, y'all. So hopefully you learned something. If you did a dumb job, if not, I try to be better next time. I'll see you in a few hours. Hopefully you'll decompress, because I don't know what the hell was going on. They fighting over dumb stuff. But I guess. All right, so we set it up for both. So y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Oh, here it goes!
Time's up.
Get your ass up! We gotta get out of here now!
But did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on.
At the end of the day gotta end.
That's it.